Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 80s Parenting Podcast. I am Malinda, and I am here with my friend of 42 years, Heather.
Hi.
Hello, HT. So, Heather, when we started this podcast, we decided we were going to talk about our 80s adventures and
Hmm.
our 80s parenting, and we shared our background stories. And so now we took a little hiatus, Heather.
We did.
Little bit. And we decided to come back and share some fun topics with y'all about the 80s, some
80s pop culture.
pop culture. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Oh, wait, because I'm 50.
I'm 51 and I'm sharp as a tack, baby.
Okay, go with that. So you can watch our lovely selves on YouTube if you want. I highly recommend.
Or you can just listen to us. No, I'm kidding. Please watch.
I'm not. I have unwashed hair. So
Please
Heather,
watch, like, subscribe, follow,
that's right, share.
share,
All your
thumbs
friends.
up, all the thumbs up,
All the thumbs,
5 stars.
all those things to help
What
us
did
along.
you what did you do on our hiatus?
Um, a lot of things, Heather. I didn't go anywhere or do anything, I don't think.
Yeah,
Did I?
I
No,
went there.
you went here. We went to Palm Springs. That
We
was fun.
did go to Palm Springs.
Mhm. That
That
was
was fun.
fun. Tad bit warm.
Not for
Um,
me.
I know. You were like, this is cold.
I
We
live in
stayed in
Satan.
one of those
I live in
cool.
Satan's armpit, so
I know you do. Uh, we stayed in a really cool Airbnb that was like a retro 1950s
mhm.
mid-century modern home, and it was so cute.
It was adorable.
It was very cute. So, I mean, even though it was warm outside, I made myself sick. It was so warm because I'm used to like 70 with 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That was fine. We saw the sights. We got our pictures with
that's right.
Marilyn.
Oh, that's right. And some candy and ate some food. So that was fun. What else did I do? Paige has left her program at school, so now we're navigating that. Other than that, just the same old shiz,
Same old
different month.
shiz.
Well, how about
I
you? Same old shiz.
I moved to a new apartment, same building, same complex,
Two
new
floors up,
apartment.
two floors down. She's moving
Two
on down.
floors, 2 floors down and 300 square feet smaller.
The Jeffersons were moving on up. Heather's moving on down.
I'm moving on down.
Moving on down
Yeah.
to the west side,
Hmm.
the west side of the
Now
building,
I'm on the south side.
south side of the building. Looking great for you.
Hey, I have trees that I can look at now instead of a dirt
Oh,
lot and
oh,
tall
it's a tree.
buildings. There's
Oh, that's
trees. There's trees in a beautiful, really old Catholic church. It's
oh,
actually a really cool view.
that's cool.
Yeah,
I will see that in October.
you will. Can't wait.
It's exciting.
Daisies.
So today, Heather, I wanted to talk about one of the most iconic clothing brands you could find in the 80s and
Amen.
in my closet. The
Okay.
Stussy clothing brand.
Yeah.
Hey, Stussy. Woohoo. The sources I used today were Wikipedia, the Hip Store blog, and a few others that I will link in our show notes.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. So I wanted so badly to be comfortable and also fit in with the skateboard crowd, Heather, back in the day.
Because we were baddies.
I know. I loved it all. The skaters, the clothing, the music. It was, my vibe. And actually, I still wear the same similar vibe of clothing
Hmm.
that I did in the 80s, like mainly black or dark
Yeah.
colors.
Except I have white on today. Because, changing it up. I wear a lot of white, I feel like. And black. Black and white was my
Was your signature colors?
Yeah, there was no pop of color happening with me, except maybe my shoes, because I had a billion different colors of Vans.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was mainly black. Like now, yes. So now I have mainly black with like a pop of color with my shoe or my handbag.
Mm.
That's about it.
Not a big handbag person. I
Yeah,
use
no,
Apple Wallet.
I moved away from that. Like I was like, why am I carrying all this stuff? But that's another topic. Um, so Sean Stussy was born in 1954.
That's really his name?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
You're learning a lot. Um, he was born the grandson of Swiss immigrants. So Sean Stussy immersed himself in hippie culture and surfing waves. So
Okay.
total surfer hippie dude. Then became known on the global fashion scene.
Okay.
So he kind of fell into it, and we'll get into it. So let's go back to 1984, shall we?
Okay.
When a small streetwear brand was founded, the story of Stussy begins when Sean Stussy started selling handcrafted surfboards in Laguna Beach, California.
Hey.
So close to home for me. Along with his surfboard, Sean began to create custom t-shirts featuring his signature logo. Sean became a fashion designer without even realizing it.
Wow.
Mhm. Uh, so he was interviewed in Empire magazine in 2013. And he went on to say the way it happened was at trade shows in Japan in 1981, 1982. He was making surfboards in the 80s, and he just scribbled his last name on the surfboards. And they say, and in the article it said that supposedly the signature was derived from his uncle Jan Stussy. So
Mhm.
they probably had the same similar handwriting. So yeah,
Okay.
he just hand wrote his last name on his
Wow.
surfboards.
And that's how the logo came to
And
be.
that's how the logo came to
Wow.
be.
Cool.
Um, so he decided at these trade shows to print some black Hanes t-shirts and put a white Stussy on them, the Stussy
Wow.
logo on them. And he said he stood there for 3 days and I sold 24 boards, but every single person came by saying, I'll take 2 boards and how much are those t-shirts?
Cool.
And he goes, I'm like, I don't know, they're not for sale. But no, I want to buy 24 of those, someone said. So he was like, okay, $8. So he didn't have a price sheet or anything for his
Wow.
t-shirts. So at the end of the 3 days, he sold 1,000 t-shirts. And he was quoted as saying, I was like, oh, fuck, are you kidding me?
Dang.
So he was giving them away as like a
Just
promotional
like
thing for buying his
accidentally.
surfboard.
Wow.
So
Cool.
isn't that cool? And so a little fun fact about that logo, the power of branding and logos was championed early by Stussy, which is known for its graffiti-inspired signature as well as its linked S's.
Hmm.
So the S's are linked. So that's kind of like a play on the famous interlocking Chanel C's.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool because those two
That's cool.
S's are together.
Yeah.
Um, Stussy's original model of high demand and low supply was effective in building a large customer base for him.
Yeah.
The brand's founder, Sean, wanted to keep production low and be exclusive rather than focus on huge sales. So this is not a very long story about Sean. He came into sales, went to Japan, did some trade shows, made his main thing was surfboards. So he's kind of like that dude, surfer guy that,
Yeah.
the hours are if there's waves, I'm not working today,
Nice.
kind of thing. It's
We
like
should all
that.
have that job.
It's like that here in California. So in 1996, he left the brand, which funny story is he partnered with a guy named Frank Sinatra Jr., but not in relation to the singer.
Okay. That's
So
hilarious.
in 96, he sold his shares to his friend and he did return in 2010 and he launched a new brand that didn't work out so well. It was called S Double.
Mm.
And so Stussy has been around since the 1980s and 90s. And he most recently came back and he made a collab with Nike that was brought out in recently, July 12th of 2024. And it's that oversized, chunky look that was so fun 40 years ago for us.
Yeah.
And
Now I'm gonna look up this collab.
I know, and I'm here for it. So there wasn't a lot about him when he retired. He got married and they had a child, and he wanted to be home for his children. And now, I mean, he's worth, $50 million now after selling his shares. So they're slowly bringing it back, and we might see a little bit more of him, like his actual face, because nobody saw the designers unless you were,
Right.
Polo. So that's a little bit about Sean Stussy. Not much information out there about the guy. A lot of interviews saying the same things.
Yeah.
Although it's like, I guess, a clothing designer that really wasn't in it for that long, maybe 10 years,
Hmm.
there wouldn't be that much. But the Stussy brand, if no one knows, it's like skateboard inspired clothing. So a lot of t-shirts,
Hmm.
black and white t-shirts, or like dark colored things. There's not a lot of bright colors.
If
Uh,
you shop at a Vans store now,
you
it's,
you've seen it, yeah.
yeah.
And it's funny because I forget where I was. Oh, I was at Comic-Con and
Uh-huh.
I saw a guy and I go, I just did a story about Sean Stussy. And I go, the guy had a hat on, a Stussy hat
Oh
on.
yeah.
Yeah, it said like Stussy and then California or something underneath it. And I just remember I was like, oh, that's so funny. Like small world that I was
Just did that story. The research.
just researching him. And I mean, everybody tried to write that logo. It was on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
People repurposed that logo on everything.
It was on I wrote it on my folders. I think it's even in my yearbooks.
Yeah, exactly. And then people would like outline the S more.
Mhm.
So yeah,
It was
so
such an
fun.
iconic brand. Like I had so many because it
Yeah.
wasn't just t-shirts. It
Yeah,
was
short
t-shirts and shorts and
hat, sock.
sweatshirts, hats, socks.
Mhm.
It was like everything. And I had so many pieces and it was so comfortable and
Mhm.
I loved it. And I'm gonna order some more.
You're gonna order some more. So speaking of that, Heather,
Yeah,
I have photographs
I do too.
of me, and I am going to show them to you now.
Okay.
And I'll describe them, but for our YouTube audience, you can go and look.
And send them to me so I can put them on Instagram because I was gonna do that anyway.
Okay. You can see my well, you'll see. Hold on. Hold
Let's
one
see.
second. Here I am.
Oh, cute.
Can you see me?
I can see you.
So here I am in my Stussy shirt. If you look closely, you can see the little black
It's
label on the pocket.
Yeah, it's Paisleys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a black
I
shirt with gray Paisleys.
Yep, there I am. And these are my
Are
senior
these your
pictures.
senior pictures?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
was my favorite shirt. It's like a, a light turquoise,
Yeah.
and it had a pattern. It was like black, turquoise, and white, and I have white Stussy shorts on. You can see the little black logo, and then my scrunchy socks and my Vans.
I'm telling you, I need scrunchy socks to come back. Are they on their way back? I need them.
They're on their way back because Paige was wearing them.
I need them in my life.
You need them in your life. So there I am. I don't know what this chair situation is here.
I
So I'm
need that whole outfit in my life right
right.
now.
So the funny thing is, like this outfit with it's a like a boxy t-shirt, like oversized t-shirt with you can't see the front pocket, but there's a pocket with the Stussy label on it, a white belt, white like jean kind of not jean material, but like cotton material,
Mhm.
white shorts and scrunchy socks and black Vans. And you know what's funny, Heather? I still have those black Vans.
Do you really?
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
isn't that funny? I mean, they're very worn in. I don't wear them. I just kept them.
Yeah.
So this look is on a lot of websites that I've seen with clothing companies. That whole look is back again.
I'm
That
going
whole
shop
oversized boxy look.
because it's comfortable because people finally got smart.
Yeah. So
Like
I don't know what's happening with these chairs. I don't know.
weird
And
prop.
the chairs and the backdrop. You're like, okay, let's just put a sheet in the back and make it look like a sheet that's
Yeah.
like steamed.
Yeah.
So yeah. So funny. That's my favorite one. Look at my
I love
hair. That was like the start of the not having the big bang,
Yeah.
like more flat hair. Oh, the youth.
Yeah.
There I am. Thought I was a model.
Cute.
So cute. So there's my Stussy clothing
I'll share my Stussy photo on the Instagram. So
in the
y'all are gonna have
Instagram.
to
So that is this story of Sean Stussy from the iconic skateboard brand
yeah.
clothing
Do
line.
you remember that store Bear Cover?
Oh, I love that store. Yes.
Me too. Me too.
That was a
It
great store. So
was
I know Bear Cover was a tiny little store. So tiny. A tiny little like boutique store. And it sold like skateboards
mhm,
and they would put them together. Like you could choose your trucks, your wheels, whatever, your
grip
board,
tape.
your grip tape and all that stuff like that. You could choose everything that you wanted. And they also had clothes. So it was really cool when like all these fashion brands came out, like Stussy and Billabong and Quicksilver
Mhm.
and
Santa
Rip,
Cruz.
yeah, Santa Cruz, Rip Curl, like all those now, iconic
It
fashion
was if you
skater
had to,
slash surfing brands.
yeah, like modern day, it would be like Tilly's or PacSun.
Yeah.
More like Tilly's. If you have a Tilly's in your area.
I don't go into those stores, Heather. I just go in, shop online.
I know.
So yeah, you can still get it. And at the time, the price points, it was fairly expensive.
hmm
It wasn't as expensive as Guess jeans,
Right.
but it was still fairly expensive. I mean, it was more than like going to Mervyn's
Right.
and getting clothing. So it was a little bit more spendy. So, you
Which, if
know,
you don't know what Mervyn's is, think of Kohl's.
yeah, yeah, cool. So, it was back to school clothes. And my mom, probably thought that speaking of 80s parenting, she made up for things like not having a father and not
Mhm.
having, different things that she would buy us these expensive things.
Mhm.
And I mean, if you go back and listen to probably episode 3 or 4 of the podcast, you'll know why.
This is why I worked a full-time job,
So you could afford the clothing.
starting from the age of 12, so that I could afford the clothes that I wanted.
When I worked at the video store, Heather, I made $3.80 an hour.
Me
So
too.
I would have had to work for a lifetime to get one t-shirt.
Yeah. I think by the time I was in like 10th or 11th grade, I was up to like 450 an hour.
Mm,
So I worked like 30 plus hours a week.
yeah. You got like your $100 paycheck.
Yeah. And it all went to Bear Cover or
Yeah, or music and that's the thing,
music or,
right? So that's why we didn't go to movies and stuff in the movie theater, or we said we did, but we really didn't.
yeah.
And like we would buy like one slice of pizza and cut it in half because we wanted to spend our money on clothing
Yeah.
and
I
makeup for
think
our kids.
we actually went to quite a few movies because I used to get
Oh
money to
yeah.
go to the
My
movies.
mom used to give me money to go to the movies, and it
And
was
a
like
lot of times I'd pocket
$2.
it.
Yeah, it was like $2, or we would let each other in through
Yeah.
this
One person would pay and then go open the back door for
for the
everybody
other
else.
person. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Heather, that is the story of Sean Stussy
Awesome.
in our whole childhood in one little podcast.
I'm gonna go buy some Stussy clothes now.
No, you're not. Now you're too old, Heather.
No, I'm not. You're never too old.
There is a point where you're too old.
No.
Yes. Anyway, thanks everybody.
Bye.